and welcome back to the Data Debrief video series. I'm Jenna Cullinane-Heggie, Vice Chancellor of Institutional Research and Analytics. This spring, the Office of Institutional Research and Analytics has been busy working on several surveys to look at and inform instructional planning, course session lengths, modality, etc. We know that these decisions are really consequential for both faculty and students. And in fact, students told us that mode of instruction was the most important factor that they considered in the last year of picking courses. So I want to highlight some things from this survey, but know that there are full details for both surveys available on the OIRA website. Just look under the survey section. So for the year ahead, we looked at both current students and applicants, so our future students coming in for the fall. And what they indicate is that our current students really had kind of different preferences from our incoming students. Current students showed a stronger preference for online asynchronous, online synchronous, and hyflex courses, upwards of kind of 60% here. Whereas applicants showed a stronger preference for courses with a face-to-face component, either fully face-to-face, hybrid, or hyflex. As I mentioned, mode of instruction was the most important factor that students considered in the last year, as well as course availability and time of day as the other top factors. Students are interested in having the flexibility to watch recorded lectures. They like the ability to work through their material at their own pace, and also to interact with faculty, either when the student and the instructor are not together or actually during the lecture. We also asked about support and interactions with advisors, tutors, and other staff. Both applicants and current students agreed. More than 75% found it important or very important to have online interactions with support staff. Applicants also found it very important to have in-person opportunities to interact with advisors, tutors, and support staff. Whereas current students had a lower preference, less than 50% of students said it was very important or important for them to have in-person interactions with advisors, tutors, and support staff. We had an open-ended question where students had the opportunity to provide more information about why they preferred one modality over another. Most of the comments came in about having a strong preference for distance education. They talked about safety concerns, employment, and childcare responsibilities. For those who wrote in about in-person preferences, they mostly focused on learning experience and having a more positive learning experience in a face-to-face class. So there are big implications from this information. Basically, our students are telling us we need options and different students have different needs. So applicants are saying we prefer more in-person, and this is important for how we message to new students, how we recruit them, and how we schedule our gateway courses. I'll also mention that the sample size for our applicant population was quite small, 421 compared to over 4,000 for our current students. So just bear that in mind as we think about the size of these different offerings. Our current students told us they had a preference for more online courses, and so this is going to be important for the retention of our continuing students and the scheduling of our upper level courses. Both student populations had a preference for hyflex, and so there's big implications for the technology that we need if we scale and do more of this kind of course offering for our facilities, and also the redesign of courses. Let me quickly also mention some of the results from our very recent 8-week course preference survey, where we surveyed students who are currently taking 8-week sessions in the spring of 2022. We had 581 responses, and most students overwhelmingly said they were enjoying their 8-week courses, so 77%. And they would like to see more course offerings in the 8-week session length. They found that they learned better when they could focus on fewer courses, and they would recommend the session length to others. They felt like they could take more courses and beneficially complete a 2-course sequence in one semester, and just that it worked better with their life and work schedules. We always disaggregate our results, but I'll point out just a few things here. Students with full-time jobs gave particularly positive feedback. Female students generally also had more positive feedback, whereas Black students had a slightly less positive response to 8-week sessions. And then also disaggregations by area of study. The implications and opportunities here from what we learned is that marketing 8-week course session offerings to students who work full-time may be particularly beneficial. Students would like to see more 8-week course offerings, especially in the liberal arts. Also for science, engineering, math, and computer science and IT, they really are looking for more second 8-week sessions and the opportunity to complete a 2-course sequence, especially in business and computer science. The open-ended responses, students also told us sometimes they didn't understand that an 8-week session will cover the same amount of material as 16-week session, so that's an important kind of advising opportunity. As always, please reach out to the Office of Institutional Research and Analytics if you have any questions, and please visit our website for more details on these important surveys.